Hey everybody, so I wanted to add this little piece of video on the front of here. This is from a prior video I released, and it just shows me taking these spalls, including this one right here,
if I can take a
which is the one that we're actually going to use in this
triangular
video,
pieces.
making this trifacial point.
That right there. There's a triangle point. Hey everybody. So I got a spall here. It was from the spalling video. I'll put a link to this. I had some saw cuts and I spalled those out, and I got a few of these triangle pieces out of it, and I'm gonna see if I can make a trifacial point right now out of this. So the idea is I'm just gonna try and take some flakes off of this here, and then most of it's probably gonna be pressure flaking. I've made quite a few of these now. They can be kind of a booger to hold on to. Now when I've done these before, I haven't put a stem on them. I just had them pointed on both ends, and that was intentional. But we're probably going to put a stem on this one. That's not the correct angle for doing this, so just so you know. This initial little bit is just trying to get it going in the right direction. And then we'll figure it out from there. Kind of thought my pads were going to be here today, but they're not here yet. Once we get some flakes all the way across this thing, then we'll start picking it into shape. If you're wondering what that noise is, that's our dog Piper, and she's got, I don't know what she's got going on. I never could figure it out, but she has these things where she's got something stuck in her throat, but she doesn't. And I got to give her meds, and then she'll get over it. But I never have figured out why she does that or what's causing it. So when you're doing these, it's a whole lot of pressure flaking, more or less, is what it's all about. You could probably do some of it with indirect. This is a piece of Georgetown. I went to the post office. I sent that box of flint off to Denmark today. Along with some self-collected flint. Some beautifully heat-treated Edwards. And some root beer. I also sent some Arkansas and Evacuate. And my box of Danish flint is on its way here. So we'll see. I believe he sent the bifaces, which is the same thing I sent him, because I get more rock for the cent for the same price, I guess. But I think on his end, I think he was limited to 2.5 kilos or something like that. I'm not sure how that all works, but I can tell you they got funny characters in their alphabet that that isn't on our keyboards. So I wasn't able to ship it from home, and I get discounted rates because I ship I'm set up that way because I ship so much stuff with the leather shop and stuff. So anyways, I don't know about this whole situation right here. All right. Getting a hold of these things is the biggest problem. Someone said to use an anvil type flaking with it, and that's maybe the better idea, but I don't have much experience with that, so I am just gonna roll with what I know, which isn't a lot. If you've been sending me messages and I haven't got back to you, I'm just really busy right at the moment. I'm trying to return messages at night, but okay then. Once I get this figured out, how I'm going to get across it, then, or hold it, I mean, then we can get rolling with it. I was going to make a different pad for the next one. I had all kinds of things I was going to do, and it don't help any that this pad's coming apart. But all right, I got to figure out exactly where I'm going with this and how I'm going to get there, I guess. Well, let's try something. Okay, well, it's a lot easier than pressure flaking. A whole lot easier. It's a #1 flaker, in case you're wondering. Flexi stick. If you're a first-time viewer, I make these. Let me zoom you guys in here. I make these flexi sticks, and they're available on the website in 4 different sizes. And all 4 sizes have their place. Although you can get by with just a number 3. But it's just not as how should I put this? Not as easy as having all the sizes, I guess. You do save a few bucks if you buy the whole set. And you'll see me use all 4 sizes. Not on every point, but okay. If I don't break it, this might be the easiest one I've made yet. I'm going to go back to pressure for a minute. You guys see good enough there? Okay, let me back this up just a little bit here. Come on now. I can't get this stupid little piece to pop off here. And I still didn't get it to pop off there. These are difficult to pressure flake, I can tell you that. Almost completely because they're just difficult to hold on to. Yeah, I got that little piece to pop off there. I really need to pull some of this side over here, if at all possible. I know you guys probably can't see much of that pressure flake in there. Because the way it's buried in the pad, but I'm trying to make it seeable. I still need to get up to Kansas. My friend's chomping at the bit for me to come up and check out the flint that's in his area. He's got me permission on a couple ranches to go pick up flint, and I don't know anything about the flint in Kansas. So I've had a couple pieces of Kansas flint, and it made a point, but they were small pieces, not enough to really judge much. And I don't know if there's different types or sorts or this or that or something else. It's all part of the Flint Hills that run from Oklahoma into Kansas. It's quiet around here today for some reason or another. And sharpen this up again. So I'm going to do a video going step by step, going through more or less step by step, bifacing some of these small pieces of small, you know, is essentially, it's a hornstone cobble, been the end of it broke off, and it's essentially a giant turtleback. And then there's some oddball shaped ones like this and like this. It's got a big old half detached flake in it. But I'm going to go through a bunch of these, and we're going to measure them before we get started to see what the size is, and then we're going to measure them when they're done to see just how much size I lost in the bifacing process. And the goal, of course, will be to retain as much size as possible. Some of those are pretty small spalls, so they won't make very big points at all. But we're just gonna do a little comparison thing, and see what we can do. And I'll do a lot of explanation also, which isn't really that easy for me, because most of my napping style is mostly opportunistic, more freehand, kind of instinctual, I guess is a better word for it. So anyways, when you're napping like that, and you're kind of just free flowing there, you know, and it actually kind of messes you up when you have to stop and think about things to explain them and things like that. It messes up the whole flow of things, and then it's not really instinctive anymore when you have to think about it. I know that sounds weird, and there's a lot of guys out there that they plan every strike. Every strike is set up, and that is not what I do. I don't plan every strike. Well, I plan it, but it's almost it's like instantaneous, so it just kind of, I see it and it happens. I guess is the way to put it. I don't know. But we're going to give that a shot. Some of them are going to work out, some of them may not. But we'll see. Some of them might get explained more than others. But it's part of the material that I need to go through and get into bifaces and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to do. I've also got coral to get bifaced. Not sure what else I got. Should sharpen that again, I guess. We're a little out of whack here, it looks like. Hopefully we'll be able to straighten it back up. All right. My friend from Denmark, I just watched one of his TikTok videos, and he had a bunch of these trifacial points he has made, and out of that Danish flint. He's also got some videos of him collecting that Danish flint, and looks like it's pretty plentiful, at least where he was. All right, come on now. That's not as clean as some of the ones I've done. At least we're not heading in that direction to be as clean, but I don't know. We ain't done yet either, so we'll see. These were used for hunting seals and stuff, and I've been on a few seal hunts in Alaska. I've said before, my wife's Alaska native, so I've been along on some of the seal hunts. And the biggest problem with hunting seals is that they sink when you shoot them, so you have to get to them right away, otherwise they just sink and they're just gone. Or things like sea otters and things like that, which they make all the ruffs for coats and hats and things like that out of. They float. So when you shoot those, they just float there. You can go there with the boat and pick them up, and it's not a problem. But the seals, on the other hand, are not that way. So anyways, my guess is that these were have to do a foreshaft, and probably a short foreshaft. And I don't know this for sure, and maybe they do know how they were hafted. I'm not sure, but I think they were hafted to a foreshaft, and that foreshaft went into the seal, and then it probably like a halibut. So when you're fishing halibut and you got a great big halibut on there, you got a halibut spear, right? So you toss a halibut spear through them, and it's got a point, and it goes through there, and the point turns. And I'm assuming this gets you through the seal, and then that whatever it's hafted to probably turns, and it's probably attached to a line, obviously, and then they can pull them back in. But I'm assuming that's how they were. This was made on a foreshaft, which detached and probably turned, and wouldn't pull back through the seal. I'm assuming that's how it was done. I may be completely wrong, and they probably know how it was done, but I didn't research any of that. But being on seal hunts before, knowing how it goes, that's how I would do it, for sure. if y'all have something particular you would like to see, which I do have a list of things, let me know, and I will try and get to it eventually. Those are crazy points. I think I could probably even stitch the ridge with indirect. If you, with a little practice, I think you could do that. Let's see. How do we want to do this? That same area. Oh, come on. I don't know what it is about this spot, but I just can't get a piece in there to get rid of that mess I'm trying to get rid of here. It's not really a mess, it's just kind of fat. So I don't know if I want to stitch those. Do you stitch them all, or I'm not really 100% sure, to be honest with you. Okay. Well, it's triangular and it's pointy. I can say that for sure. So if that's what we're going for, mission accomplished. I might be taking off more than I really wanted to, but I bet these were just devastating points. Whatever you stuck with them was definitely in deep trouble. They was gonna have a bad day. It's a little different than I did the other ones. Not sure if it's better or worse or... Whew. Got hung up on the glove. Speaking of gloves, I am kind of liking these. These are the cut resistant gloves from Harbor Freight. And so far, I'm liking them okay. Liked them enough that I went and bought me another pair the other day for backup. I think that's just about all we're going to do to it. It's pretty sharp, pretty pointy, pretty jaggedy. I don't know if there's anything else I can do to it. and it's triangular. Been building wallets and belts all day long. I think we're going to call it good with that. She's trifacial. It's a little wider on this side than on this pointy part here, but originally this was supposed to be my bottom, which is pretty flat. It's not completely flat, but it's pretty well flat. And you can see we got, and then we changed put a stem on it this time instead of making it pointy, and that'd be hafted like this here, and then I believe it just mounted to a foreshaft that's going to shove through the seal, and probably has some cordage attached to it, and then when it goes through and pulls back, then after it goes through, then when you pull it back, it's pulled like this, so it can't come back through the hole, so that when they go down through the ice, or there's not always ice, at least not in Alaska when you're hunting them, but when there is, that would pull back, stick through them just like a halibut thing, and it go through the other side of them, and then it can't pull through them. A lot of people, when they think about seals, they think cute little seal, and yeah, they are cute, I guess. My wife would say they're cute in a pot with some gravy over them, but anyways, there's our trifacial point, and I'm probably gonna get back in there and get back with it. So another trifacial. How long is this one? I can't tell you because of course I've lost my tape measure again. Hold on just one second. Okay. So we are 4 inches on the button. So cool. Yeah, we took it from a spall, created the spall, the triangular spall, and made a triangular point, and pretty cool. All right, appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one, and keep napping.